Hi, St. Joseph. I'm Glenn Canning, and I was at your school a little while ago to talk to you about my daughter, Rehtaeh Parsons. I talked about her life, I talked about her tragic death, and today I'd like to just send a quick message to talk a little bit about the group in your school called ManUp. Rehtaeh's death followed a sexual assault at the hands of some of the boys in her high school. But that was just a part of everything that happened to her. She was also victim blamed and shamed. She was threatened, she was attacked, she was bullied at every corner. We tried taking her and getting her into 3 or 4 different high schools, and all of them it was just the same thing happening over and over again. And that's just the tragic side of social media, where people can share things throughout whole regions and across countries. One of the things that was really tragic about my daughter's death is there wasn't enough people in her school to speak up for her. She was left basically defending herself and fending for herself. ManUp started following a talk I did at Ottawa City Hall. And after the talk, a teacher asked me to come over and talk to some of his students that he brought with him from Longfield Davidson Heights. And I thought it was great that they were there. And after a few months, the teacher wrote me and said, "You can come to our high school and talk to our assembly." And I was really happy to be able to do something like that, but I had no idea what to expect. And when I got there, I'd seen that these young guys had taken it upon themselves to form a group they called ManUp, a group that wants to inspire men to be better and to use their strengths to help other people, and to be the reason someone believes in the goodness of others. ManUp has been in the news a few times, and I think it's because it's something that's very unique. It's nothing I had when I was a young man. And it's really fresh, and I think it's just absolutely vitally important. I can't help but wonder if there was a guy, if ManUp was involved in Cole Harbour High and there was a guy in the home with Rehtaeh when she needed someone there to help her, it could have prevented so much from happening. It could have prevented her assault. It could have prevented the victim blaming she went through. And it would have given her basically the knowledge that there are people who care and there are people who stand up for others. Tragically, Rehtaeh's story is not unique. I've heard from parents all over Canada who tell me awful things that are happening to their son or their daughter. And it just seems like the message repeated over and over again, it's the message that there's not enough people speaking up for them on their behalf. And that's what I think ManUp is going to do. So one more thing I'd like to leave you with, and I believe I mentioned it in my talk in your school, is that you're going to graduate high school, and you're going to go out in the community and you're going to get jobs. You're going to go to university, you're going to start your careers, and some of you will stay right where you are. And when you do that, you're going to meet people, you're going to meet someone special, you're going to start a family, and someday you'll realize that your child is right now going to high school, maybe even the same high school you're in. I want you to ask yourself, what kind of high school do you want that to be? What kind of place do you want it to be? And I want you to ask yourself, what kind of community do you want your own family to live in? You want it to be safe, you want them to be protected, and you want to know that if something goes wrong and something happens to them, there will be other people there who know what to do and know how to help them. No one should ever suffer alone. It is one of the worst feelings in the world to know that silence hurts. And it does hurt a lot. Speak up for others, stand up for others, use your strengths to help people. And I wish you all the best in the school year ahead. Thanks very much for having me talk with you today. I hope your assembly goes really well, and good luck this year.